Welcome everyone to BC's Offbeat Bass Gear. I am BC and today we are going to be doing a bass unboxing that has been 2.5 years in the making. I will try to stay out of the video as much as possible because I don't matter. The bass matters, and I think you'll really like this. I know I'm really excited. This arrived a few days ago and we are going to be doing an unboxing. I have not seen this bass. I ordered it quite a while ago. I think you'll like this a lot. I'll walk you through the bass itself. We may have to do a two-parter here because with shipping I may not have it all the way set up to do a demo, but at least we'll get the unboxing part. You'll get a look at it. So let me give you a little background on this. This was a bass that I ordered about 2.5 years ago and am very happy to finally get it. We had some obstacles and some issues that took place over the construction of this thing. The build took longer than I would have expected, but we had a lot of unexpected problems with it. But I really am very excited. This is probably the greatest and best quality instrument that I will ever own. So I wanted to share it with all of you, even if the only way I can do that is with my kind of low budget iPhone sort of sharing video. But I think you'll enjoy it, and I know I am just super excited to be finally busting this open. I've waited for this for a long time, and I think you'll all enjoy it. We have bashed open the flap, and let's see what we have. We have a lot of packaging. And in that packaging, we have a hard shell case. So let me kind of slide this back a little. And we will pull this out after we get all the plastic off it. I have to admit, I am super excited by this, and I hope you guys all enjoy it. As it emerges, as I mentioned, I have waited a really long time for this bass. So let's hope the wait was worth it, and I really think it was. I really am just thrilled to be sharing this with you guys because this is really a bass that I saw a long time ago when I was still a really young player. And I thought that these were just the coolest instruments on the planet. This is a Hysox. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is a Hysox case, or Hiscox, I don't know how you pronounce it, from EBS. Let's open this. I just am really breathless to see this. This is just something I have waited for the longest time, and it's just an outstanding instrument. The box, the case is opening. Look at that. Look at that. If you do not know what this is, oh, this is a wonderful instrument. I'm going to slide the case back. Oh, look at this. This is a Roadie II from JayDee. JayDee Custom Basses. John Diggins was the founder of the company. He had been making basses in the UK for, oh, going on 50 years. Oh, just look at this. This is a magnificent, magnificent instrument. I am beyond words. I am beyond words. Now, because this came from the UK, I will have to tune it, and I will have to open up the battery pack, and I'll have to put in the two 9-volts that will power this. I think it's a 2 9-volt. Maybe it's 1. I did a bit of research on this. But I just want you to look at this instrument. Look at this. It is just magnificent. And right out of the gate, my apologies to Andrew, who I had dogged because there were a lot of delays with this instrument. I guess I'll get all of that stuff out of the way. I am just speechless. This is just magnificent. Look at the mother of pearl inlays on the knobs. I mean, that is just awesome. This is just unspeakably wonderful. Oh, I am just without words. This is magnificent. I had been dealing with Andrew Diggins, who is related to John Diggins, the founder of the company. One of the big delays with this bass was the fact that, unfortunately, John passed away halfway through the build on this instrument, and that really kind of kicked things back a bit. So we had a bit of a delay on this. It has the rotary switch here for the multiple settings on this. 2 humbucking pickups. They are JayDee custom humbuckers, and they are housed in wood covers that are custom. If you're familiar with JayDee basses, they have this very unique sort of tail piece here, which is this sort of double kind of module cover. The bridge also is quite unique, but this is just a phenomenal instrument. I mean, I really have to admit, I am just astounded with it. If you take a look at that. It is just beautiful. It is slack string, so I'll have to tune that up. I'll have to put a 9-volt in that to really kind of get a sound for this. But I really wanted to share this with all of you. I really do not own a lot of really high-end basses, and this was one I wanted to pull the trigger on because I remember, back in the day, when you had to like grab VHS tapes and stuff, I had gotten a Musicians Institute bass video sent to me that included Jaco Pastorius playing one of these, and Jaco actually had ordered some JayDee basses, and he ordered 3. One was finished but never delivered because of the issues that Jaco had in his life. But I always wanted one of these. I always looked at these. Mark King from Level 42, also a big JayDee player. Mark's kind of slap bass style was kind of closest to mine, where I use a lot of left hand and a lot of rolls and pull-offs. And I really thought he was just an outstanding player. And I looked at these instruments and I thought, how would I ever get one of these? And I actually, had the opportunity to get one. And this is just magnificent. It just really is just phenomenal. So I sat on this for a couple of days when it came in, and I wanted to make sure that, I could share this with all of you. I think we'll kind of edit this and do a 2-parter where I can put this through an amp and really get a sense of what it can do. But I did want to talk about sort of the pros and the cons of doing this. So a couple of cons. Unfortunately, you have to deal with the tariff charges for anything coming from the EU or coming in from Europe. Apologies for the moving camera. My cat just bounced up against that. It's just a really outstanding instrument. Another sort of less than great thing is you have to pay Essentially, it's a fee for the translation from whatever country you're in. It's a currency transfer fee, essentially. So that's a little bit of an issue. Another thing to sort of realize is if you're dealing with a small base builder, you're going to have issues that come up that you really can't foresee. You know, in my case, it was the unfortunate passing of John Diggins and a lot of scrambling on their part at JayDee to kind of come up with how they were going to do that and how they were going to sort of pick up the instruments they had all worked on and kind of flesh that out. So it ended up adding about a year to the construction of this whole thing, but it was really well worth the wait. If I had to sort of do a price point on this, I think this is sort of comparable to what you would get from, let's say, maybe a Kiesel base. The construction time is longer because you're going with a smaller builder. However, you know, you're getting, I think, more attention to detail, more bang for the buck in sort of the hands-on time. But I cannot say, I'm just without words. This is just phenomenal. I will put up a second video. I will link into this or weave it and edit into this with actually a sound demo. And we can go through all the specs on this. But I really just wanted to share this with all of you. I mean, I really think this bass is a work of art. And I am just, you know, so impressed and so happy with everything. Something that's a little unique with these guys, you have the Allen screws in the back that will allow you to raise and lower the pickups, which I think is a really nice feature. I mean, I think it keeps it very smooth and very clean. I do like the front jack mount. That's a very, very nice feature. You don't have to sort of fumble around and you know, go for the bottom bout. But I just cannot say too much about this. This is just phenomenal. I mean, everything about it. I like the shallower, lightweight tuners on this, and I do like the pitched fork kind of headstock. It's just everything I hoped for and so much more. So I really hope that you guys will sit through this and listen to the audio demo and let me really sort of dig into this and show you what it can do. So listen, thank you very much, everybody. This is BC's Offbeat Bass Gear. I'll weave this into the demo and, you know, stay tuned. This is just an awesome instrument. I am so happy. Thank you very, very much and have a good day. Okay, everyone, so let's dig into the technical aspects of this. And it is a gorgeous bass. Love it very much, but let's see what we really have here. First thing I want to do is I want to give you guys some readings on the pickups. Now, this does have an active EQ system, but it also has an active passive engagement on it. So we're going to measure the pickup output based on the passive settings to give us a good reading. That's going to vary a lot once the preamp and the 3-band EQ is engaged, but at least it'll give you an idea of what we've got. So we're going to do, and I'll read this out if it does not come up in the video. We're going to do bridge pickup only. And this is with the volume wide open. We've got a 15.95 wide open. And we're going to move that back into the middle position. It'll drop that down to probably a little over half. Let's see. 8.13, if you can read that. So yeah, it's basically half. And then we're going to drop this back to the neck only. So we got bridge, combined, and neck only. And it should be about the same, so 15.98. And if you've ever seen anything with, you know, a description of a bass or any active instrument on some websites, they'll say they can't get a reading because it has an active system. This is what you'll get if you have a purely active system. Let me drop this back. So we've got a 2.54 reading for that, and this is neck only. 2.54 bridge and 2.54 neck. And then as you adjust, I'm just sort of tweaking the EQ here. You can sort of see, oh, there's all kinds of stuff going on as you move that around. So that's why you've got sort of these very odd sort of descriptions saying we can't get a really good reading on these because it has an active system. So just a little kind of FYI there. Going to switch this off, and we're just going to do some measurements on the neck now. We're going to do, this is English system, so we're going to measure at the bridge, and I'm going to measure it at the neck heel where it comes into the body here. It'll be about the 17th fret. So let's see what we get right at the nut here. Okay, a nut neck width of basically 1.7. Let's do the caliper deal. We'll take it about the 17th fret, which I think is sort of a good practical measurement for where you are. 2.344, so 2.344. So it's actually a pretty slim-necked instrument. So, and it's, like I said, it's a super, super comfy neck. So that kind of gives you the particulars of what we're working with. It is a 34-inch standard scale. And I think what we'll move to next is the actual sort of sound test for this. So stay tuned.